Welcome everyone. It would be great if there was a way of making a better world for everyone. A reliable way of winning our own lives and making sure that everybody else wins theirs. Is there such a thing? Yes, I think so. How do we do that? Two things, two principles I think. One is we work out how to make our lives the best. So those synergistic pyramidal principles, what I mean by that is a set of principles, a set of philosophies of life, a set of precepts, a set of short slogans, whatever you want to call it, about how to live a life. And they're all synergistic. Like the idea of self-improvement is not the same as the idea of blaming others. Clearly self-improvement is the right hardware and blaming others isn't. Focusing on your area of concern versus things you can't control, right? The idea of controlling your thoughts and understanding how to do that and not be carried away with them. Again, a mindful technique. These are synergistic principles that work for the individual. And I believe if they're spread throughout the entire tribe, that tribe will be successful. And of course, in this world, I consider the tribe to be the civilization itself. Now, what else? What else would you need other than that? I think the second thing is super important, is principles on how to have a good relationship with ourselves and each other, other humans, and most importantly, the natural world and the machine world. I think principles that help us with those three relationships, be synergistic with the other humans, with the natural world and the machine world, I think they're the other principles that we need to use. So let me think about this. The four principles we need to work on. Principles of self-improvement, principles of relationships with us, with all the entities in the world, which include human, natural world, and machine world. And to some extent, those relationships are similar, or perhaps a little bit different. I do think it's really simple in some ways. The two different principles are therefore the principles of self-improvement and the principles of relationships. I don't know if there's anything else that matters. And of the relationships, again, I would categorize the natural world, the machine world, and other humans into that general branch. I do think that the same principles that make you interact with the natural world really well, such as observation, mindfulness, selflessness, are exactly the same things that help you be a better person to interact with other humans and with the computing systems of the world. So all those things that work, the ability to regulate your emotions and discipline, all those things that make you better in your relationships, I think are all synergistic. So if we do that, then I think that leads us to a better society, better civilization, and really to that technological sort of singularity that we're all seeking. So how do we do this? Well, two ways as far as I can see. We implicitly spread these ideas simply by acting them out. That may be the most important thing. And then we explicitly express these ideas. I think I did that right. Implicitly acting out and explicitly express these ideas simply by stating them. Stating them where? On the internet. That being, of course, this kind of save game, this sort of quick save for all of us, that we can live our lives and show the inner workings of our mind and our experiences and pass on the lessons and knowledge that we have to everybody in the world. Instead of having to do it generation to generation, we can do it laterally throughout this massive information network. And I think that is, in fact, the most important thing we do with this new technology. Of all the great things that it does, I think the most important thing that it does is allow us to communicate to each other and in some ways transcend our own mortality by transcending our informatic end, so we can spread those lessons that would otherwise be lost when we die. With these principles, especially the principles of selfhood, of a self-improvement, it's important to understand, I think, that these are principles. It's important to get the very narrow, very immediate principles exactly right. For instance, because basically you're always living in this world of very short time frames. If you can set your mind and train your mind to just live very well minute by minute, then you achieve victory. And really the aspect of what we call traditional mindfulness is simply that. I think these principles just extend from that. You're just trying to live the moment-to-moment experience at very most every transformational task that you do, or in some ways every day. You're basically just making sure that you're living the shortest possible time frame in each moment and having efficient, effective means of recording the future so that you can purely focus and put your focus on just those moments, undistracted from all the other concerns and things you're not doing, and just on that one task. That should maximize one's focus and peace while also maximising one's performance. There you go. Well, thanks for listening, guys. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a good day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.